Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy SCGRANT here, and we're back with episode 2 of the City of VAETERNUS. And well, let's just say that I have definitely been at odds with how I'm going to be approaching this build overall. And I have basically been making some progress recently, because as of me recording this, more and more progress will be made, and most likely that I will be back sometime later on with with possibly another 2 videos related to this build, because once again I've already started getting some of the names and stuff in terms of what I got for the district, but I can promise you that a second racetrack for the for this city build will be built around the 10th district. I repeat, district number 10 will be named something else, but once again we gotta focus on what we got currently, because the last thing I want is for traffic it's for traffic to start pretty much is for traffic start getting overflown and mostly lead traffic jams, because that's the last thing I want. So basically that's why I built those interstates and highways to basically try to at least divert some of the ways. So for example, 80 residential districts that I will have to set the policy that there are no heavy traffic bans, meaning that no major basically put a ban on heavy traffic as a whole to try to basically mitigate some of that part. So basically you have to find alternate routes quote, how you say, quote, civilians and pretty much the overall population to try to get around, especially those in the workforce. Truth be told, I did not expect, oh snap, I just saw that Universal Patrol is at 4 stars now, hoping we reach 5 stars. But yeah, I was essentially trying to get a feel of what I got for this new city, because once again, previously I've done the City of Los Andes, and now I have to experiment with this new city build that involves the race day DLC. And yes, I can confirm you that pretty much the next that new upcoming event presented to the race HQ was Moroi. Yeah, I think it was called Moroi Raceway. It's gonna basically feature an event, 10 laps, most likely 24 competitors are gonna be competing. And you're going to be sponsored by respective fictional brands. It's going to see who's going to win this overall challenge. But yeah, I've already started making progress. Like as you see here, it's like I built a little bit of a canyon road. Like like I said before, it's not just a city build I made. I want to try to make a road where it feels like you're playing in an open world racing game or something. So yes, it was a lot to take in due to the fact that I didn't expect to basically go, get through this, because once again, I started on the build not too long ago, like some time ago, and currently right now, I've already started making progress by exceeding 10,000 people. I'm hoping to get to 20,000 by most likely the 4th video. Like, if we can get to the 4th, video of this segment on my gaming channel, I'll just maybe, depending on how much I can get this. But if not, then it is what it is, because once again, the last thing I want is traffic jams, because once again, especially when people gotta get from their places like apartments and homes to their workplace and stuff, especially because I already got a metro system up and running. Yeah, a metro system's already running, so pardon me if my overall volume of my voice tends to go back and forth, because once again, sometimes I usually record my videos later on, probably in the day or maybe early in the morning, to try to make sure that for at least some sort of consistency, because once again, your boy has to make sure to not come up too much noise, because once again, boy just got up early in the morning. I gotta make sure that everything's all up and stuff. Yes, I have been pretty much at odds with how I'm going to be able to approach the city as a whole, because once again, this is more of an experimentation. Like I said, I like to experiment with what new things are being added to Cities Skylines, even though the original developers are no longer working on the game. We got Tailvis Media, who were the game people who ported the game to consoles, are now taking center stage, and now this is basically their first major expansion, which was the Race Day DLC, and I am now taking full advantage of it. Once again, I'm utilizing pretty much various expansions, creator packs, to basically input to see how I feel about this new city build about the racetrack. Once again, I have built the racetrack layout based on something from Driver Parallel Lines, the Jersey track specifically, but even though it's on the dirt track, it was essentially depends on the road layout, like how it was drawn for an overall racetrack layout. And now I am basically going to be expanding forward upwards to other areas of the city. Hopefully we get to that, because by the time that you're most likely going to see this video, like, and if it's part 3, it might be more progress. Like, basically, the other districts start getting filled with buildings, and it could lead to more issues involving basically, most likely, because once again, you put in the commercial or industrial buildings, it's going to lead to most likely me putting up more emergency services to try to basically combat this. In fact, one of the gripes I had with this game is the fact is that to this day we don't have the Concerts DLC in terms of its building assets. It's in the game's code, it's just that it has never been implemented, because yes, if you have this on PC and you have the Concerts DLC, you can literally turn your racetrack into a literal live concert like you see in Pro Street and any festival races. You can literally turn it into that. But we got something like that. Like, we got the in-game music from the Concerts from the Concerts DLC, but not the building assets. That makes no sense why it was never implemented. I'm just baffled to this very day that we never got to see it in action, because if it would have been looking good on consoles, because once again, it would have been fascinating to basically have to do an updated version of the Concerts DLC, but this time instead it's just the few artists that was represented in that mini DLC. It would to include artists that were from, you guessed it, pretty much the various radio stations. Like, that's what I want to see, a concert that basically plays a music that's essentially from pretty much any random radio station, like anything of the newer radio stations. But that would come at a I'm still basically am going back and forth, but how will that work overall? It's just, yeah, it got me confused. Like, I'm pretty much going back and forth. Like, I'm like, will this work? Would that work? I don't know. But once again, no concert DLCs of building assets are in the game. They're probably still in the files. It's just that they were never implemented because, remember, free update, we got the in-game music as its own radio station. And with the 8-gear radio added, I decided, okay, it should probably work. And I'm hoping that for most likely, probably my 3rd and 4th video on this latest city build, I will most likely have to turn off the radio station and put some of my own custom music in it, just to basically, just for background noise as a whole, as I am most likely going to figure out what I'm going to do with this build. I'm already, like I said before, by the time you go to prepare to watch the 3rd video, it's going to most likely like Stormlight Park, the downtown area, Ocean Hills, and even the Sturdian district are most likely get filled in. Once again, if we get even close to getting a racetrack, because once again, if we get interrupted as the race thing goes on, you might get to see it in action. But once again, I will also promise in the near future, if we get to it, we will eventually get to doing those parades that were also advertised with the race day DLC. We'll also get to do those, but it'll have to be in its own district, because once again, can't clog all that traffic. So yes, I've already gotten something making use out of various creator packs, like European Suburbia, even the Countryside DLC got used, and even the Emerging Downtown DLC got used. It's going to show that, you know, things do come and go, and basically your boy has to track down. Once again, your boy is a busy boy, and basically whenever I'm not working on pretty much the build, I obviously work on this build, like expand the build and do this stuff on my downtime, whenever I'm not working on videos or other content or stuff. So yes, I will eventually have to come to terms with the fact is that once things start getting really busy, the traffic jams are going to start rolling in, and it's going to give me quite a headache, especially, and I may have to consider doing more trash cans. But once again, my main, like I said, the racetrack I have currently, it does have I pretty much have a garbage disposal area nearby, so we'll come out and collect the trash on the dime. So that's pretty much one headache. So if I make another racetrack, I will have to put in another garbage dispenser, because yeah, that's not, like I said, the last thing I want is for the whole racetrack build to be a bust because of a glitch in the game's code, in the bug glitch in the game that involves a race HQ automatically getting garbage piled up. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get any more content for Cities Skylines 1. I just don't know at this point, bro. It's just, oh boy, man. Like I said before, progress has been made and everything looks like everything's up to snuff, but that's pretty much all I got for this build, bro. Like, thank you for listening to this commentary. It's the fact that I'm already trying to make progress. By the time you're seeing the next two videos, it'll most likely be more progress we've made, and we'll most likely get to start talking about what I have pretty much added in since this video. Anyway, that's all I have to say. In the city of VAETERNUS. Well, it means eternal in Latin. So anyway, this is your boy SCGRANT, and I will see you all in the next episode.